Hey everyone, welcome to Griftlands again. I'm Disturbing Puppet. I did play the Brawl versions of Sal and, geez, I can't remember the second character, Rook, of this before on the channel. The game is now fully released, so this is a new game by Clay. It's a roguelite deck builder. Let's play it. Probably what I'm going to do, I've played through Sal's campaign. This is Sal. The other two characters aren't here. There was a third character I have not played through yet because his campaign wasn't complete until full release. I have played through Sal's campaign a couple times. I've played through Rook's once. And then I've done the Brawl versions. So the Brawl versions just have you a bunch of fights back to back. There's no story stuff. There's not as much RPG element stuff. We're going to do the regular story campaign of Sal. We'll see how it goes. If people are interested, maybe we'll do more. What I am going to do, though, probably, because I want to make sure I get through the whole story, there's a couple different modes, and we'll kind of see as we get in here which one we want to do. So we're going to pick Sal's story. So we can do the basic one, which is a rogue-lite. You can die and kind of retry. You get a little bit of things that kind of help you make it a little bit easier as you go through, potentially. We could just do story difficulty just to make sure that we definitely aren't going to die. I'm kind of debating about whether I want to do just the regular version or the story difficulty for this, just because I do want to get through the story completely. The last time I played through it, I did end up getting killed on like the very last day, and then was able to kind of go back through and change some things with the deck and get further in and finish it up. But I don't know if I want to potentially have to start a whole new run again if one fails. So I'm thinking about doing story difficulty. That was my initial plan anyway. Now I'm second guessing myself. I know that's experience a story without worrying too much about the cards. Well, I want to worry about the cards. All right, we're going to do the basic version. All right, so I do have some perks unlocked. I have some outfits unlocked because I have played through this. We're going to go Prestige level 0. You can make it harder as you go through. I do have up a little bit higher. So for perks, what I had before, first two cards you draft in each deck will start with full XP, so we can automatically upgrade them right away. Extra health, and fatigue starts 2 turns later than normal. What this means is that there's a certain number of rounds that you play that cards will gain experience, and this just adds a couple extra rounds so that your cards will be able to level up a little faster. That's all. Yeah, I think I'll go with that. That seems pretty reasonable. I do have a couple different outfits unlocked. This is the basic one. We have Professional, we have Hunter, we have Infiltrator, which is what I like. All right, so we're starting with 58 health. 30 resolves. This has to do with negotiations and arguments. This is combat. Let's go.
Last time someone made your life miserable, you kept tabs, called in favors, and stayed alert. You took them down and climbed out of the gutter they kept you in. Cassio's no different.
Fish is waiting for you, her hip cocked against the bar. Long time, Sal, but it feels like I just saw you. Guess I ain't changed that much, huh? Some things don't. Knowing you, there's one thing you're after, the bounty. So just a little bit of the layout here. So we always have information on who we're talking to and get a little bit more info. We can click on this for more info, but we'll just go through the dialogue. You do some jobs today, and I promise I'll help you out tomorrow. For now, take this to welcome you home. So we could have rugged compression gear, increased health by 8, max resolve by 2. That's pretty good. Healing vapors times 2, so we can look and see what it is. It's a card. 6 healing. Destroy after 1 use. Or we can get a couple grenades. I will take the rugged compression gear, thanks. Very handy, that gear. So we've got our health, resolve up here. Metal, we can turn in for upgrades as a vendor for that. We've got some money. And here we have social boons and social banes, so things that will affect you. This is a kind of relationships. If some people like you very much, you can get kind of extra bonuses. If people hate you a lot, then you'll get negatives. All right. So we can ask a bunch of questions. Let's ask about fish. So what do I owe you for this fish? A cut of my takings? Hesh? No. And we can look here. So it's fish. Hesh is sort of the Cthulhu god that some people worship. I left my bounty hunting days behind me. I owed your parents once. I don't like leaving debts unsettled, even to dead folks. They were decent people, Sal Fallon. Watch you don't end up like them. You know, even when you pay off the debts, the Derrick still owns your name. I'm an Ick Derrick now, or so they tell me. So this has to do with offshore lumen platform. Indentured laborers work there, so she was sold off. Surname given to all indentured workers consigned to the cult's offshore lumen derricks. So she was forced to work for the cult of Hesh as an indentured servant. Yeah, that's a messed up bladder rack, though. Yeah. Help me get my bearings. It's been a long time since I was last in Havaria. So, continent to the western side of the Hessian Sea. It's dirty and broken, like always. Its debt brokering was bad when you were a kid. It's worse now. Half the population is indentured, and those that hold contracts sell them to pay off their own. No wonder customs was so uptight on my way back in. Must be a lot of fraud. That ain't the half of it. The Admiralty is pushing for an official annex. So the Deltrian military force occupying Murder Bay. They want to make everyone real Deltrian citizens with papers and everything. So it's a powerful nation across the sea. In Havaria? You're joking. They say it'll stop illegal debt brokering. Now anyone with a hand in labor contracts is real ornery, from the poor to the powerful. You can imagine the reaction. I can. The annex can't be a popular move. Most come here to get away from the Admiralty. It ain't. Both the Spree and the cult are in arms about it. The Spree because they're criminals, and the cult because they profit off the labor more than anyone. So the Spree is a loose organization of bandits. The cult is the dominant religion. They worship Hesh, the abyssal jellyfish god. No need to tell me that. The cult's holding a big shindig in a few days, their usual wheeling and dealing in the name of the divine. Word is the Admiralty is going to use it to make their proposition. Mandatory citizenship. It's going to need to be a mighty good pitch to convince the cult, and I wouldn't put it past the Spree to set fire to the whole affair if they can. Fish casts a dour eye over the bar like it's a garden on the near side of winter. Suffice it to say, kid, tensions are real high. You'd be smart to keep your head down instead of looking for trouble. You lined up work for me real fast. You some kind of mover here? Nah, I just know people. People know me. You don't need to go after Cascio, kid. I have enough work to keep me busy. Cascio is a powerful crime lord who earned her fortune in illegal debt brokerage. I spent my childhood in a lumen pipe because of her, and now she's worth more money than either of us can count. And she's more dangerous than either of us can figure. You go after her, and she'll clap back with a knife for each kindi. I may have extras to spare, but you only got 2. I worked off a lifetime's debt in 10 years just so I could get back here and settle the score. If you were my friend, you wouldn't be telling me to drop it. Ah, Hesh, that ain't what I meant. You know it ain't. I'll give you a roof, a bed, and at least one good meal a day. You live your life the way you want. It's yours. I'll pay you back. I know. Let's get you to work. Alright, let's get some work. I got people in my pocket who owe me a favor. Lux, Zeta, and Monid. They're easy people to find. So we can see a little bit. Spree Thug, Admiralty Guard, Admiralty Guard. Tell them I sent you and they can settle their tabs by giving you work. Get that done and I'll get you a plate of popped Oshnu eyes on the house. A giant domesticated snail, used for food, transport, and entertainment. Yummy. Bless your warty hide, fish. I'll hold you to that. Alright, it's the map of Murder Bay. So this is kind of where we're operating. So this is the Grog and Dog, where fish resides. We can buy drinks to get resolved. We can also heal a little bit anyway. So we have some different quests we can do. And not all of these are the same all the time. At least in the times that I've played through the main campaign, there are the main story ones that will always come up, and then there are some that will seem like they're kind of random. So we have up here relationships. One person loves you, one person hates you. We can look and see who that is. Fish loves us. Cascio hates us. We could look at our deck if we want to, although now there isn't a lot in it. And then we've got slots up here for some grafts, which are sort of like cybernetic implants, some for combat, some for negotiation. Okay, so we have Battle focused. We get a card. We can upgrade a card. We get some money and 1 metal. Negotiation focused. We get some money, a card, and some metal. Negotiation focused card. It's 50 shills. It's 55. They're all about the same, right? Yeah. This one gives me the most rewards, and they should all be about the same. So you don't want you to beat up Rito, but keep the violence covert, and be careful not to kill him. That's the other thing. You'll have things where sometimes you're going to be asked to kill people, but you don't have to. Or you might be asked to not kill people, but you can. So all of that's going to affect your social standing with other people, depending on what you do. Killing someone will almost always make someone mad at you, but beating someone up might make them hate you too. So it sort of depends on the situation. And sometimes you can get hired to get money out of someone through violence, but you might be able to talk them out of it also, and talk them out of the money, depending on what's going on. Okay, I think we're going to do this, because it does give me a little bit more of a bonus. Alright, we've got just random incidental people here. We can kind of look if we want. Works here, proprietor, works here. Zeta's the guard, guards this location. He's got a quest. For a person who has friends, Zeta hasn't always been known to treat them very well. Zeta nods in acknowledgement of your presence. Well, it's a start. And we could look a little bit more. If we kill him, everyone, if you kill them, you get something from them, so there's something we can do from that. It's not even going to show me what it is. I think before it would. We can even hear his voice. I do like the interesting language that they've kind of used. Alright. I hear you have a problem that needs rectifying. I'm a hunter. I can help with that. Yeah, this could use a professional touch. I have this colleague, Rito. He's always undermining me in front of the officers. I think he'd be happiest if I wound up dead in a ditch and he would be claiming my bunk. Is it a nice bunk? It's next to the window. Has a nice view of the less sludgy part of the bay. I'd like to shut Rito down myself, but there are rules about infighting and punishments to match. But those rules don't apply to you. Alright, Zeta wants you to beat up Rito, but keep the violence covert. Be careful not to kill him. Get some money, upgrade, metal, and we can still bail and then go check out the other stuff and then come back if you don't like the quest. So until you accept it, you can still leave, come back, and pick it up again. We'll take it. Alright, so I get to pick a card right away. Discard up to 2 cards, gain 1 temporary power for each card discarded. Power, so you can kind of look at this, it'll give you all the information you need on different stuff. Power increases attack. Battle Scars, discard your hand, gain 2 defense and 2 counter for each card discarded. Expend. So defense is basically your block. Counter, you'll counterattack for whatever your counter is for each hit that hits you. Expend means it's gone for the rest of the battle. And we have 8. Discard a card, attack a random enemy. I find initially, and you could just, if you don't want any of the cards, you can just take money instead. I find initially that defense is typically a bit more helpful, so I'm going to grab Battle Scars. I can offer you the basic blisters and bruises package for a steal. That kind of violence falls well within my job description. Just give him a good scare. You can rough him up a little, but do not kill him. You do that, there'll be an inquiry at best. And at worst, I'll have to take Rito's patrols. Ugh. Alright. We're very happy. We could talk to some of the other people. Nothing really that important. You wouldn't want Brill's job, but then neither does Brill. Dadia. So if there's nothing really to talk about, that's what you're going to get. What Rodana has sacrificed in scruples, he's made up for in passive aggression. Aye. Some folks look like they can handle the rough life, more than others. Pazlock? Yeah, he'll do. The Kradeshi looks you up and down in suspicion. So, amphibious species with large matrilineal families, typically found in positions of wealth and influence. Alright, that's all we got here. So, where I am, where the mission is, we can always go back there. Sometimes things will come up as we go. Let's head over to intimidate with your... See now, intimidate with your words or your fists, whichever is sharper. And we're running into something on the way. You come across a lone merchant, a rare sight on Havarian roads. Usually they're smart enough to travel with armed security. Hey, stranger. Nice day, isn't it? Lily's clothing is rich, and rich clothing has deep pockets. Civilian wealthy merchant. And the roads are deserted except for you and your new friend. Say, you look like someone in need of an edge. I have some goods that might interest you. So, if I had the money, we could buy the lightning rod. I could rob him. He'll hate me, though. Or I can decline. I'm not going to rob. It's just some random person I ran into. I typically don't want to make a lot of enemies. No thanks. You're lost, young lady. Yeah, I don't have the cash, dude. Lily disappeared around the bend, whistling as if the world were his music box. So these sort of random encounters, I think, are actually random. I've had stuff where I've just immediately been given something and someone comes back later to ask for it. Okay. Track down Rito's quarters within the sprawling military complex. The place is crawling with admiralty. It would be suicide to start a fight here. So what am I going to need to do? We've got a guard, another guard. Also has been in the Griftlands for only a year, but he seems to be fitting in well. Keep on the good side of the Admiralty, and your livelihood will benefit all the more for it. Can pay him to look the other way, 30 shills. So that's one option. You meet Own. Another date in the feud, huh? So 30. So it would take 60 just to get them to back off. What? Why are you looking at me all funny like that? I got something on my face? So I could try to beat him up, but they're going to jump into the fight, even though it's not showing it yet. Or I could try to intimidate him. So he'll dislike me if I do that. He'll dislike me if I beat him up. Either way. I'm going to try the negotiation route. Let's see how this goes. I don't know if the other ones will jump in. You made a few enemies, you know that? Sure I have. Wouldn't be worth my salt otherwise. What's it to you, Hunter? Okay, so there's two ways we can play, and one is negotiation, and the other is just a straight-up fight. Straight-up fight is pretty kind of what you'd expect. There's blocks, attacks, bleeds, those kind of things. Robotic enemies you can't bleed. The way that they do negotiation and intimidation in this is really interesting, so I don't know how much of it's going to explain. So at the end of your turn, Incept 2, Intimidation, unplayable. So this, when it just comes up, it'll automatically put it into his circle of arguments. Things here can be stuff that hurts me or stuff that hurts him that I put there. So same for me. So this is our main resolve. If it goes down, you lose the argument or negotiation. So there's defense. It's showing me he's going to attack me for 4 with some kind of an argument of some kind. He's doing something else I can't see. So I've got 3 actions. We can improvise a card from a pool of special cards. We can just do a fast talk, inspiration or attitude, composure, so this is defense, and this automatically did that. So what I am going to do, let's go for influence. So that means all diplomacy cards will do max damage. Those are the green ones. So it doesn't cost anything. So we're working on that. So now this automatically is going to do 3. And then I'm going to defend myself a little bit. But then I created my influence stack here. This can be attacked and destroyed by him. But I've got nothing else I can do. So there, that showed up. No, I don't think so. So he planted evidence on me. When this is destroyed, deal 2 damage to my core argument. This is my core argument. We've got a 4 attack and a 2 to 4. This is doing the 2 to 4. If I can destroy this, we'll get rid of that. I've got a pretty good attack here because of the Intimidate. So extra damage. But if I play something else, it'll reduce that damage. So I'm going to do this and just hit the core. Nice hit. I'm going to wipe this out. If there's excess damage, it will go through and hit the main argument. I have some protection. I could totally block it, and that's probably what I should do. These pips down here are the experience, so as you play them, you'll get pips filled up. Once they're filled up all the way, you can upgrade the card. Just protect myself. And that's all I can do. Rito's holding out for a better argument. So this, the start of your turn, he's going to steal some money from me and remove a frisk. So this will go away. So he's going to try to frisk me for some cash. Not a fan of that. I could probably, well, it depends on what this does. 3 to 6, 4, so I can't actually get him. These are 3s. If I had done one more point of damage, I could have taken him out. I could get rid of this to avoid losing some cash. But I think I've got to just go for protecting myself, because this doesn't come back at the end of this fight. This is for the day. So if I have another argument during this day and I've taken some damage, my composure is going to start lower. Or my... not composure. Core argument. Resolve. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, have some more defense. Yeah, I don't want to lose the cash, but I'm going to do some damage here. So I should be able to take him out next time. And I am going to take a little bit of damage. Alright, so he's throwing a bunch of attacks around. I can just finish him off. Yeah, let's get that in. And a little bit of threatening at the end. Alright, so negotiation successful. Pick the loot you want. Choose one of 3 negotiations. I think this is upgraded anyway, or in a metal. Let's see. I do like solid point, so it just does damage when you draw it. And it gives me influence. This takes 2 for an 8, and puts him flustered, which reduces the enemy damage, which is decent. Lose 1 damage each time you end your turn. So it's less and less effective as it goes along. I guess that kind of makes sense. It's a good impression. I'll take the solid point. Battle Scars upgraded. So we've got a couple different options, and there aren't always the same options for what you get. So initially this is what it was, so it'll highlight the difference. So this bonus basically gets extra counter for each card discarded. And this one doesn't expend. So this is once per battle. This will keep coming back. It doesn't go away. So it stays the same, but I can use it multiple times in a fight. Yeah, I'll keep it. There are things that work with discarding, so there are some things that will give you a benefit for discarding cards. So this is my battle deck right now, some different attacks, defense, a random other card, a couple different cards that do things, bleed or combo, some stabs. Alright, and I get some metal. Consider this a friendly warning. Someone soft hired me to sort you out. But I guarantee they aren't the worst of your concerns, so you behave now, or the next time you see me, I'll be looking down on you while you bleed out. Understand? Hey, sure, I get it. Burned one too many bridges. I have no interest in swimming to shore. But an enterprising person like yourself ought to know, Zeta is a real piece of work. I've been trying to expose his corruption for ages. There'd be a big reward in it if someone were to do it. But if you really want me to drop it, your message has been received. I'll drop it. Good, and don't forget it. The job is done, but it might be worth considering that extra reward. So now he doesn't like me. He's intimidated. Intimidated people will not join battle with you. He's just resting. I'm here, aren't I? Yeah, he doesn't want to talk to me. So now we have an additional person that dislikes me, which doesn't do anything. Someone's got to hate you or love you to give you a bonus or a negative. But if I do something else negative to him, he will hate me. I could probably get him back. I could buy him drinks and stuff like that to maybe get him back to neutral. Alright. So, we can head back. Alright. Talk to Zeta. Hello, Sal. Convince him to expose his secrets. Or just tell him I resolve things. This might be kind of hard, but let's give it a shot. I hear some rumors you have some side dealings going on. Might do? Not saying I do, but I might. Why would you be worth telling? All right, there's my solid point. So that gets me some influence. So all of my what are these cards? Diplomacy cards. All of these are maxed out in damage. So I've got diplomacy are the green ones. The hostility are the red. Manipulate is sort of other stuff. Okay, hitting me for a bit. Defend myself, and I will just do some fast talking. Zeta has his doubts. So Zeta also is trying to plant evidence on me. So the same kind of characters will kind of do the same sorts of things to you. So this is, again, going to do some damage to me. I will take that out. I'll defend myself a bit. Let's improvise a card and see what we get. So we can draw a couple cards. We can do, because we do have some influence, this will be 4. Let's do that. That's a guaranteed 4 for nothing. Zeta clearly wants this conversation to end. Okay, can I finish it? Not likely. Okay, he's going to take this out. That's going to do 2 damage to my core argument. I do have a threaten. I don't have enough. So I'm going to have to protect some stuff here. That's all I need to. It's only just 1. Alright, let's do this. We'll go Dominance. That increases the aggressive or hostility cards. Let's take that out. I don't want to lose any cash. So now we're doing a little bit extra damage with these kind of cards. Still did the minimum. That's unfortunate. Alright, but we're protected. Nothing's going to happen. Alright, you're screwed, buddy. Time to go bye-bye. Just going to fast talk. And fast talk, and fast talk. Overwhelm your defenses. Alright, let's pick a card. Spend an influence, gain 3 additional damage. Not bad. Improvise a card from your discard pile. I could grab another solid point. Tempting. Especially if I get something that'll let me draw cards. Spend an influence for additional 3 is pretty good. Yeah, I'll take that. Solid point has leveled up. Alright, so we can go spend an influence, deal additional 5 damage, or if you have any influence, deal additional 3. So that doesn't actually cost any. I'll take that. Solid point leveled up, so we can go, when it's drawn, 3 damage, gain 1 influence, or 1 damage, gain 2 influence. I will take the extra damage. And metal. I do good work, don't I? If you got an angle, maybe I can help it along. Yeah, maybe you can. And Hesh knows I've been hoarding my secrets long enough. Might even be a relief to let some of them go. Unburdened, Zeta explains all the detail of his operation, down to the smallest detail. Ha! I finally caught you red-handed, Zeta. You're under arrest. Whoops. Sal, you backstabbing liar. I didn't expect that. Just doing my civic duty and stuff. I just thought I was getting info. Thanks for the help, Sal. Deal's a deal. Here's your compensation. Well, now Zeta hates me. It's not exactly what I expected. You've incurred his fury and will likely face the consequences. So, as long as he hates me, all my allies, so anyone who's fighting with me, has 10% less health in battle. That's pretty bad. It's not super bad, but it's pretty bad. Get paid some money, gain some metal. Can upgrade a card. Is that going to change his opinion of me? I don't see his opinion here. I'll have to check and see if it dropped. Okay, he probably at least likes me. Negotiation or battle. Let's upgrade a battle card. And let's go with one of my defenses, I think. So we can get 6 defense, 4 defense, 4 heal, but it's only once per battle. That That is pretty good, but being once per battle does kind of suck. I'll take the 6 defense. Alright, Zeta hates me now. Hey! So Rita likes me, so I can give him some money, and this will make him love me, so that will get me a piece of the pie. 75 shills every morning. Okay, I get the piece of the pie now. So the Admiralty's shaking down everybody, and yeah, you get a little bit. So pay 100, get 75 every morning. That, I mean, pays for itself in a couple days. I might need the cash soon, but I have some other quests I can do, so yeah, sure, let's do that. Take this, friend. You're alright. You know that? Rita loves you. Gave them a big gift. I don't know why he's frowning all of a sudden. Sita, however, hates me. That's unfortunate. If I kill him, I will lose that, but I might make someone else hate me, which, could be worse. Could be better. Depends. Some nerve you got after what you did. So what I can do is provoke him. Yeah, so if I do this, he'll attack me. If you kill him, and there'll be no diplomatic consequences. So if I can win this provocation, he'll attack me, and I can kill him, get rid of the negative trait, and no one else will hate me, because he attacked me. Nah, it's alright. Okay, so we have some options here. Limited time opportunities, kind of an orange. A rare lumen fissure has opened in the bedrock here. Funny things happen when raw lumen vapors go untapped. So I'm not hurt. It is a healing spring, but it might increase my max health, potentially. Meditation spot. There's something special about this place. You could go here to gather your thoughts and strengthen your resolve. So this one, I think also I can increase my resolve, or I can do something to increase my max. There's a challenging quest, which looks potentially dangerous, considering the skull up in the corner. Not going to be doing that quite yet. There's some other stuff around. We'll do one of the limited ones, because if I don't do it right now, it is gone. I can't do a quest and then come back to it. It's gone, like, immediately. Let's go to the meditation spot. The woods fall silent. There's nobody around. You can take a moment to gather your thoughts. So restore 10, restore 30, and lose some HP. Or we can increase max by 5, but I lose 20. That's what I'm going to do. You empty your mind and ponder the nature of the void. You finish the session exhausted, but you learned a thing or two about your own insignificance. Lost a ton of resolve, so I'm not really good in arguments for the rest of the day. But my max is higher from now on for the rest of the run. So I have to be a little bit careful about negotiations from now on. I could go get something at the Grog and Dog to get my resolve back. Also, winning fights will get you some resolve too. I am not doing the challenging quest, thanks. Sing for your supper. Negotiation. Rito's trying to get Auric to turn informant. Auric is looking to get help out of the arrangement. So that's kind of doing something with the guy that we just got to like us. Traveling sales grifter, battle and negotiation. Opal needs some help making deliveries. That sounds a bit more my speed at the moment. You find a Jake sitting by the side of the road. He's visibly injured. It's a collection of free laborers who work the docks and roads controlling tariffs. He gets up painfully as you approach. Grifter, I have an offer for you. I'm listening. I've got here a package deal. These units are the finest improvised weaponry this side of Grout Bog, which is someplace we'll go in Rook's campaign. They really pack a punch, I can tell you that from experience. So buy RPGs. I don't have any money, I just blew all my money. So I can offer to buy some of them. I can ask him what's going on. Let's ask about his injury. You alright? You don't look alright. I'm fine, let's say these items were hard to come by, like you just stole them. I can ask for a better price. I only have 30 bucks. That's not much. I don't need that many. How much for just one? Sorry, I gotta move all these. You have to take them as a package. Can you give me a better price? Nope, can't do. I almost died getting these. They're already priced to move. Yeah, I mean, the RPGs are pretty good. Hits all enemies. You can use them a couple times, 8 to 10 damage. If I hadn't given my money away, I would definitely buy them. I could beat him up and try to take it, but I'm not that kind of person. Sorry, not interested. No? Oh, maybe they were right about me. Maybe I should just stick to lifting heavy things. I'll be on my way now. Urga picks up his wares and sadly walks off into the distance. All right. Looks exactly like the person we just talked to. Same armor and stuff. Best watch the manifest close, as Opal has a habit of doing black magic with the numbers. Didn't think my day would involve a grifter dealing. Folks give the Jake a wide berth, likely on account of the mucus staining her leathers. I guess you're looking for help, but if it's a laundress you're after, I heard wrong. Laundress? What? Nah, I'm looking for someone who's got away with Oshnus. That's the big snails, and they are big. Don't know if I'd claim that much, not to someone like you anyway. Oh, you mean the mucus? The slimy bastards dump a gallon of it on the regular. That's why I need your help. I have some deliveries to make, and I need someone to help me guide the Oshnu on the way. It's easy enough, though you might need some laundry done yourself when it's done. Okay. Sure. So what do we want? So we have a couple negotiation cards, one battle card. Attack a random enemy, apply a wound, means I'll take additional damage. That's not bad for 1. 2 to 8, it's pretty good range. Doubt, I do like. It's sort of an argument that hangs out in the opponent's area and then does damage to their main argument. Remove one of your argument's inceptions or bounties and gain 2 actions. So I'm really only up 1 because it costs 1 to play. Yeah, I would probably go with one of these two. It does tell you at the top whether it's uncommon or common, that kind of thing. I think this is actually better, even though this is an uncommon. Wounds don't work on robots, just like bleed doesn't. So it does have limited usefulness. Let's take the Inceptude out. What can I say? I have a soft spot for slime balls. It's uncalled for, isn't it? I was talking about the Oshnu. Oh, right. Well, here, take the lead. That's an Oshnu. Opal hands you the end of a leather lead, slippery with slime. The other end is attached to an ornery-looking Oshnu. Oh, who's a cutie? The lead threatens to slip from your grasp at even the slightest pressure. Ah. You see, at least your gloves aren't already saturated with it. Now let's get moving. We've got 2 stops to make before the deed is done. So we have our party up here, Opal and the untrained Pack Oshnu. Alright, where are we going? So we're here, we've got to go all the way over here. I'm sure we'll be ambushed or something on the way. At least once. Or not. Okay. You find a lone admiralty waiting in a clearing. I'll do the talking. This should only take a minute. Opal does the talking all right, but as the minutes pass, it's clear things are getting a bit heated. Hey, it's Rito. Now you just walk that tongue of yours right back where it came from. We agreed to a price. We also agreed to a delivery window, and you missed it. So, the goods are stable. They ain't turned. My mood has, though, so I say half price or no deal. So he's easier, wow, really easy to convince because he loves me. So I could help convince him to pay full price. It doesn't say there's a negative effect of that, or I could just let them do whatever they're going to do. It's going to be really easy, so let's try to do this. Easy, friend. Seems to me you're neglecting the implications of a late Oshnu. And what would those implications be? You see the slime? Ugh. Keep that beast away from me. You can trust Sal. Alright, that was it. Instantly over. Okay, let's pick a card. 0 action cost, 0 to 3. I lose an influence if I have any of the... what is it called? I can't remember now. The thing that gives you a bonus to all of your negotiation cards. It'll also essentially be a 0 cost for 3 damage if I can have any of that. We can get some more doubt. Spend 2 influence to gain 2 actions. That's pretty darn decent, especially doesn't cost anything. Let's take that. That's pretty good. Burn a metal. The slime is the result of a rare crossbreed, an Oshnu known for its mucus, but not for its speed. Apply this mucus beneath the eyes, and you'll shed years, hesh, even decades while you sleep. And best of all, your goods are covered in it, so we're throwing it in for free, provided the deal stands. Wait, you serious? As the grave, which you won't be seeing for a long time yet, thanks to the slime. So, full price, right? Full price, sure. If I can't outwit my enemies, I may as well outlast them. Opal and Rito wrap up the transaction with a somewhat slippery handshake. Thanks for the help, Sal. Where'd you get the idea for that anti-aging mucus? One of the clergy on the derrick swore by it. Of course, the lumen made his teeth fall out, so it was pretty hard to gauge the results. Well, that was good thinking, all right. Let's do the next delivery. Opal likes us. We helped her out. So if I had cash, I could definitely get her up to loving me and get a benefit from it. If I can actually see. Whenever you play an item, gain 2 defense. Alright, are we going to get ambushed? Nope, okay. Unless this is the ambush. As you approach the beast, the Oshnu bucks an alarm, mucus flying. Whoa there, Slimy! What's the matter? The Oshnu retracts into its shell as a group of Jakes approach, and by the look on Opal's face, you suspect she wishes she could crawl right in there with it. Ah, there she is, and there's our supper. Hey, Posgo, funny running into you here, of all places. I ain't laughing, thief, but I will be once I have you and that Oshnu up on the spit. Hang on, the Oshnu's yours? And you were gonna eat it? But it's mighty slimy. Because we've been fattening it up, haven't we? Until Opal here stole it right from our larder. Old Luthie's still got years in him yet. I won't let you guzzle down a fine pack steed. So, Poggle will dislike me. Or if I fight, he will not dislike me. This is one of those things that's kind of weird sometimes. So, in the fight, I do have the Oshnu and Opal to back me up. He's got somebody to back him up. Maybe we should do a fight just to see how it goes. There's a point where you can hurt people where they'll just give up before you kill them. So I don't want to kill anybody. But my resolve's kind of low, so let's try to fight him off. Ah, some entertainment. Okay, so see their attacks, so they're going to hit the Oshnu. So this is what we're looking at. So 55 health, 41. If we do 41 damage, she will give up the fight. Same with him. So you are... Yours. Attacks apply 1 wound if not defended. Okay. I could play defenses on my allies too. So if I wanted to, I could do that. I could kind of see what they're going to do as well. And we've got a whole bunch of info and stuff if we want to see, like, if I kill them, what do we get, that kind of thing. But we're just going to leave it. All right, I'm going to give him some defense. We've got down here, health, defense, all that kind of stuff. He takes 32 damage, he's going to bail. She takes 81, she's going to bail. Pretty good shape, no one's attacking me. No one's attacking either one of them yet, either. Let's improvise a card. We can get some bleed going. Yeah, let's get some bleed on somebody. You can start bleeding. And we'll do just a quick stab. And that's it. So I put some defense on here. Okay, so it's showing that. So she gains defense. That must just be what it was. Because I'm not seeing any actions here for... Like, if they were defending themselves, it should show something here that they're gaining. Kind of like when I played it. So she just has that inherent thing where she gains 5 defense every turn. Someone's going to smack me for 7. I can even see who it is. You're going to hit me for 7. Not a fan of that. I've got no defense. So we can go for some combo or bleed. I think we'll do that. I don't have anything that really benefits from combo, so bleed is just some damage over time. Why did that not cause you to bleed? You must have had something I didn't notice. Let's go for the chance for some higher damage. And I'll just throw some damage in there. Take a shot, but oh well. Okay, so she's got evasion. So one attack's not going to do anything. I've got exposed, so does the guy. When receiving defense, we only get half as much. No one's attacking me, though. A little bit of damage all around. You're both already kind of banged up. You're taking a hit. If I can do 11, you'll be out of the fight. Let's improvise a card. I'll throw some mud in somebody's face. Smack. Get some combo. Let's do a quick stab. And I just have defense. So still at this point I should look at like which cards will actually get me some experience. Let's defend you a little bit. Since no one's attacking me. Okay, so he's already taking enough damage that he's going to give up. So I have to do some damage to her, and we should be good. How about some more bleed? Not enough. But once he's out of the fight, everyone will kind of focus on her. Okay, so he's given up. So she's already going to surrender. I could have her surrender immediately if I can do the 4 damage myself. At this point, you don't want to be careful about not killing somebody. So unless they've changed things, if I do 4, she'll immediately surrender. So I'm going to try to do that. I don't want her to die. I want her to surrender now. There we go. So you always have the choice. You can kill target surrendered. Not what I'm interested in. At least not with this character in this run-through. Okay, let's choose a battle card. 2 defense, discard, gain 2 defense and 2 counter. So this is something, if it's discarded, it actually gives me more of a benefit. If target has bleed, apply 1 impair and 1 wound. So if you're going for kind of a bleed-focused deck, it's a good way to go. While you have at least 4 combo, gain 2 power. So 2 power just increases your attack damage by 2. I do have some discard stuff, so let me take that. Get a medal. Get some resolve back. Those scumbags. Luthie's been by my side since he was as big as my finger. Nobody's eating him, slime or no. Thanks for sticking your neck out, Grifter. It's more than some of the other Jakes would have done. Yeah, well, Luthie's grown on me, or at least his mucus has. So this didn't work out like it was supposed to. I have an idea, though. Are you good for one more delivery? Is this going to be another ambush? No, of course not. Probably not. Maybe. But it's the only way I'm going to turn a profit. I'll give you an upfront bonus. Sure. I'm game. Really? That's great. Okay, keep your wits about you. This one might go south. Might. Bound to happen after the other 2 went so well. The first one was good. Lead on. Luthie and I are ready. Okay, so we've got to go all the way up here. Opal finds a dredger deep in the warrens of the city. What are you doing here? So she's a bile broker chemist. This place is crawling with admiralty. As if someone by the name, a cadre of switches appear from around the corner. Well, well, looks like a smuggling operation unfolding right before our very eyes. Unless, of course, that Ashnu is carrying alms for the poor. So we can attack. Probably not a great idea. It's just her by herself, but yeah, we could definitely take her. Offer a bribe. Maybe. Convince her to look the other way. Let's give that a shot. Now, let's not jump to conclusions. We're not here to brew up any trouble. Your pet's bladder pulsates ominously. So, target an opponent's argument each turn for 3 damage. Destroy it at the start of your next turn. So for a turn, it sort of like unnerves her that the Ashnu's hanging out. That's all it really does. And then the other one put in Flustered, so she's going to have reduced damage. Okay. Well, I'm going to protect myself. I don't have any influence, so that's not really going to help me at the moment. So we'll just do some basic stuff. Let's do a quick threaten. Only 1 damage. Do a little quick talking. Also 1. Disappointing. Donnie is not buying it. So similar thing, but my strong point took out her attack. She is trying to take out the planted evidence, which is not great. And I don't have any defense, so there's nothing I can do about that. So it's going to do 2 damage to my core argument, so I can boost that if I had otherwise. Some of these will do like, used to do like half. I think it depends on the level of the fight in the day. They get more progressively stronger as you go through. Okay. So I do have some influence. Let's get some more. We'll do a little fast talking. And then I'm going to incept some doubt. So the doubt, will attack, I think, is it her main argument? Yeah, friendly argument for 1 damage per stack of doubt. So a couple points of damage. So it might be random if there's other stuff here, or if it's only going to hit the core argument. But that's all I can do. It is going to trigger the planted evidence, unfortunately. Oh, she found the planted evidence. Big surprise. Okay, you're trying to destroy my influence. I can get rid of some influence to get more actions. I have 3, right? Yeah, 3. Let's do that. Improvise a card. Bait is something all the arguments have to hit first, so I could draw a bunch of attacks to that. Yeah, let's do that. So now the attacks automatically shift. Anything that goes over this damage will hit me directly, but I can put a little bit of defense on it. I can put even more defense on it if I need to, and I guess I might as well. Try to keep it around as long as possible. Throw out a threaten. I don't want to get frisked. Thanks. So just planning evidence again. Still has to go for the bait till it's destroyed. I do have influence, so that's an extra damage. And that's it. Deal 1 bonus damage for every other hostility card in your hand. I don't have a lot. If this card destroys an argument, gain 1 dominance, so that increases hostility damage. Remove target argument's composure and do 3 to 4 damage. That's pretty decent. Low blow. I'll take that. Stringer got upgraded. So 4 defense. If it's discarded, 4 defense and 4 counter. Or we can have it for 0, 2 defense, discard, 2 defense, 2 counter. That's not bad. I do like having stuff that's free. Free things are always good. This makes it pretty decent, though, especially if I can discard it. 2 defense, 2 counter is not a huge deal. I'm going to go for the free option, I guess. The Ashnu's on its way to the Hessians. They're to turn it into soup for hungry bellies. Charity? From the Hessians? That'll be a first. Well, this one's got a psychotropic pheromones. They want to dope the masses, I think. That checks out. Carry on, then. The Admiralty leave. Quick thinking, Sal. Not sure I could have handled that half as well. Now stand guard, if you don't mind, while I handle the negotiations. Opal bends her head in conversation with the dredger and proceeds to get fleeced. You're polite enough not to mention it. You get paid 60 shills. Okay. Excellent. Alright, quest down. We have some things here. Spar with Rito. Spar with Rito to upgrade one of your battle cards. This will cost you some health. I'm pretty healthy, so that's not too bad. Desolate Battlefield. Looks like the remains of a recent skirmish. Perhaps there's something to loot. Yeah, let's upgrade cards. Let's go to Rito. Do a little sparring. Track down Rito's quarters within the sprawling military complex. Place is crawling with Admiralty. It'd be suicide to start a fight here. Well, that's not what we're doing. What? Rito's happy to see you. Hey Sal, you feel like throwing down? I have a new move I want to try out. Watch closely, you might even pick up a thing or two, and I promise not to hurt you. So we could upgrade a stab, lose 2 HP, Sal's daggers for 3, feint for 2. The daggers would be decent. We'll get upgraded versions of the hammer grip and saber grip. It's only 3 HP, let's do that. Alright, so we can get gouge and vertical slash, so focusing more on bleed. Or we can get more focused on combo. The bleed doesn't work on robots and stuff, like I said, so the combo's a bit more generally useful. I like bleed a lot, but I think we'll go combo. Sure, try to keep up though, eh? You and Rito spar for a while, both pulling your punches because you got the luxury. You trade tips as you trade blows. Now that was a good workout. You're gonna feel it for days. That's how you know it was a good one. Thanks for the match, Rito. So I don't think that would have come up if he wasn't, like, my friend, basically. Okay, we have... Fish has a special job for us. We can go talk to the metal vendor. I do have a decent amount. So this is sort of a meta progression thing. I'm here for metal. You always are. So, yeah. There's flourish stuff, which I haven't really messed with too much. So in battle and negotiation, there's a thing that'll max out, and when it does, you can use a flourish. And the basic one, dismiss all enemy intents, is really good. The basic one, attack all enemies twice. Or call in Kraots to attack all enemies. Not sure which I'm using. So we need quite a bit to unlock something else. I'm not sure which I have set. How do I set that? Wouldn't be there, I don't think. It's something that was kind of new that was added the last time, and there was sort of an explanation before, but yeah, I don't remember where I would change that. Alright, I'll have a look. Alright, so metal is just progressively more skilled. You earn metal by completing quests, killing targets. So increase max health, increase max resolve, start with extra shills, start with extra XP, recover health after every negotiation. Not bad. Resolve, so additional resolve. How much do I have? 35. Kind of like getting some health back. Flourish gain. Increased health of pets. More from eating and drinking. Okay, let's go with getting health after negotiation. More resolve after every battle. And it's probably about all I can afford that's decent. Yeah, I could start the game with extra shills. I'll just save it. May you go stronger each day. I can even buy points. Unlock flourishes. You'll be able to play any of the unlock flourishes during battle. Okay, so we can actually use any of them. All right, I'm an idiot. Should actually read the stuff. Earn more prestige points. So when I get a battle flourish, I can choose either do this or do this. And if we unlock, we have more and more options. All right, that makes sense. I thought we'd locked one in, but I'm not sure if that was something that happened before or if I'm just misremembering. Okay. And there's sort of some weird dialogue here, at least last time, about you always come back. You're always here. You've always come back. Okay. So now we will go get a special job. Now that's nighttime. Fish greets you enthusiastically. Sal, I've lined up a great opportunity for you. Those two over there are night merchants. They sell rare goods. You can't get nowhere else, and it just so happens they need your help. You can only be in one place at a time, but either will get you a leg up you sorely need, kid. Go tell them I sent you and ingratiate yourself. Just be warned, they're both persnickety so-and-sos. You're probably going to cheese off the one you don't pick. Sounds great. Thank Fish. Alright, so we have Rake and Frolic. So Frolic is someone you can buy companions from, beast companions. I would have sworn there was a different guard here the last time I played this. Maybe that's random too. So we have different people we can kind of talk to. Also, hello again. So we can share a drink with him. We'll get a little tipsy. He'll like us more, that kind of thing. Alicia, seen her before. Elliman. Elliman's head for business is famous throughout Murder Bay, but so is her lack of nerve. My roots aren't tamping the creosote roads of Bavaria. I consider this here tavern my office. Ban. Ban can knock some sense into you, or out. Your choice. Come to distract me from my drink? Best have a good reason. Nah, I'm just talking to people. A long way. I have a feeling you once lost a job to this guy, but that might have been a different a long way. You hadn't heard he'd change work. Out in the chill of night, best cover your neck, and not for fear of catching cold. Alright. We can talk to the people before we decide. Rake is never one for surprises. I'd ask you what you're up to lurking through the feud at night, but then you might ask me the same. Hey stranger, Fish says you're looking for help. Guess I am. You see, normally I just punch my problems until they stop moving, but some problems are too big to punch. So what can I do for you? I run a little combat training operation, but I need an extension on my debts, or I might have to close up shop. If you help me buy a little more time, I'll take you to our secret market. You can get your heads on, goods. So we can ask more, we can say that right now. Huh, Fish made it sound like you could use the edge. Guess not. So I can still go back and pick it up if I want to. Just look at info. Some people keep pets. Frolic keeps battle steeds. Evening, Grifter. Fish says you've got work. You're the Grifter she's talking so highly of. Tell me, are you good with animals? Depends on the animal, I suppose. The one I'm concerned with is a bit more exotic than you're probably used to. There's a grocket loose in Murder Bay, and I intend to catch it. So a deadly bog beast known for its uncanny camouflage. I just need the right bait. What kind of bait? Well... Oh, I see. It's building a nest nearby. It won't take too long. What is a grocket exactly? The good news is that it's an herbivore. So it's not dangerous? Oh no, it's deadly. It weighs 3 tons and has a penchant for belly flopping anything it sees as a threat. It'll kill you, it just won't eat you after. So this grocket's not from around here? No, they're from Grotbog mostly. This one probably is a pet that got released. People keep these things as pets? Oh yeah, they're cute little things when they're young. But keep it too long and next thing you know it's built a nest out of your sweaters with your arms still inside. Alright, I kind of want to have a pet this run. Last run I actually didn't, so I think I'm going to go for this. We'll try to get a pet from him. If he likes this, pets are cheaper. I'll do it. Great. I know where it's trying to build this nest. It'll be looking for tough, stringy materials. Hold up. Just keep your sinews where they belong and you'll be fine. Seems your conversation was overheard. Rake steps in to interrupt. And what about my needs, huh? Fish said you were the best. You might have seeded an unwarranted grudge, but there's nothing you can do about it now. Frolic of Beasts joins you. So this is still the first day. We're going to finish the first day. I think there's 5 total, and that'll be it for today. So I think this is the final mission of the day. Still in pretty good shape. My resolve's a bit down. Invasive species. But health is fine. Can you smell that? Smells like cabbage, flatulence, and old leather. Grocket, ain't no doubt. We've got the advantage of being downwind, so let's not squander it. Now, you're the bait mind, so you're in charge of sending it my way. And where are you going to be? Over yonder, hiding in the bushes. Shouldn't we try to flank it? Make it... Nah, too dangerous for me. I ain't paying you to take issue with my strategy, but if you're going to be a baby about it, I have some cracklers you might use. They might help. Okay. I will take all of them, thank you. So it increases panic. So you can win a battle if all enemies panic. A fighter with panic can't act, reduces their panic by 1. This is a one-use thing. I'm ready. Remember, don't kill it. Soon enough, the Grocket comes lumbering by. You wave your gangly limbs from side to side, hoping they look tough and alluring. Oi, farts for brain, you want some of this? How are you going to have babies if you can't even provide a home, huh? Hard to tell if a Grocket is angry, but at least it seems your taunt was super effective. Okay, so, Grocket. Wanted alive. Don't kill it. Piercing. Ignores damage blocked by defense. So ignores any non-piercing damage less than or equal to 4. Remove 1 stack when attacked. Temper, remove 1 stack when you play an attack card. When removed, the Grocket will prepare a dangerous attack. So 9 attacks, okay. 10th, it's going to get super angry. Well, let's take some defense. Let's try to scare you a little bit. So now, 73. It's only a 1 use. Maybe I'll hold on to that. I don't have a way to discard, so I'll just block what I can. And let's gain some combo. Which won't do anything. But the combo might help me. Eventually. Okay, another 9. I could just discard and not do anything. But I kind of want to play some cards. Just to get some experience. Let's improvise a card. Yeah, how about an impair? Okay, I was wondering if that actually counted as an attack because it didn't have any damage, but it did. Alright, and then I will show off my scars. Okay, you're doing something now. I don't know what. I don't really want to hit you a bunch. So I will just have some defense. You're not actually attacking me. I'm just going to let it go. Building up some defense. Still not attacking me. Let's cause you to panic a little bit more. Just looking at which cards I want to use to level up. Sure, can do that. So even though I got rid of that, have this, we now have this in the deck, so I can draw this again, even if I can't use it this turn. Thorny Carapace. So you have a counter of 2, so every time I attack, you're going to hit me back for a couple points. That kind of sucks. But I can just discard and get a bunch of defense. So that's what I'll do. Okay, attacking me again. Not much defense this time. You don't have the counterattack anymore. I really don't want to hit you too much. I don't know if this actually counts as 2 attacks or 1 for temper. I kind of want to use the cards to get experience for them to help them level up, but I also don't want to tick this guy off too much. Or lady off too much. So I'm just going to call it there. Okay, probably building up defense. Gain some power. Use my last crackler. And yeah, let's get a hit in. Don't have to do too much to cause it to panic, but I'm not sure if I'm supposed to panic it or not. I can't. Probably. It's a lot of defense. So I'm fatigued now, which means my cards don't gain XP anymore. You're going to get really angry after a couple more attacks, so I'm going to hold off. Let me get 1 hit in. Get 1 past the armor anyway. Okay, Thorny Carapace. If I can, I'm just not going to attack. Improvise a card. Some of these are defends. Do an impair. That's less damage. And with this counter, I'm going to hold off. I could take it. Exposed belly. Okay. Not a great time to get a ton to defense. And 2 defense, 2 counter for each discarded. I could get a little bit more. So if I use this, I'll get 6. If I use these, I can get up to 12. Let's just go. Lots of defense. Smack. I guess that was it trying to belly flop on me and kill me. Instead, it just seemed kind of like, look at my belly. Alright, 14 damage. We'll take it out. Could go combos. Let's do that. Close to having it panic. A little bit of defense. Okay, 6 points and you're done. Alright, runs away. Victory! Improvise an attack card from your draw pile. Card deals +4 damage until played. Improvise a finisher, gain 2 combo. Improvise a card from your draw pile, 3 defense. If it's a maneuver, apply 1 wound to random enemy gets an attack. Well, I have 1 finisher through my weapon, I think. I'll take Deception, I guess. Get a medal. Drive the Grocket towards Frolic, and it flees into the bushes. Sounds of a scuffle punctuated by the occasional squawk give way to sudden silence. Frolic joins you in the clearing, dragging a tattered net. You alright? Did it get away? It did. Magnificent creature, that Grocket. All resilience and odor, absolutely no weakness whatsoever. I can only hope to grow stronger and catch it next time. You're strangely okay with this. You didn't let it get away, did you? But of course not. The Grocket eluded me for months. It can be pretty thrilling having a worthy rival. We best move on. You earned your pay and your reward. So Frolic has asked us to take him to the night market. This is the market? That's how we keep the prices low with the Admiralty off our backs. Take a look around, and if you're in the market for a free little friend, I can hook you up. Frolic now likes you and will offer you a discount on his shop. Alright, so Rake is here as well. Grumpy. Plaka. Like all good markets, there's a Spark Baron selling tech of questionable provenance and safety. In Edge Hunter, a good graft can ward off the enemies, or lure them to the grave. So these are the ones that will fit up in the spots up here. I can afford a Lightning Rod. Start of each negotiation, insert a Conductor card into your hand that redirects opponent intents. For battle, I can afford Robustify, 10 max health. That's not bad. It's a little pricey for 100 shills. I don't have a lot. What do you have? Frolic is affectionately dressing a coyote carcass. Hello there, Sal. You come back to partake in the splendor of nature? Ask to see Milo. Ask to see Doppler. It's not showing me prices. Milo is a fleed. Doppler is a Rogue-lite. You selling fleeds? Aren't they just vermin? Oh no, fleeds are noble beasts. Very loyal if you earn their respect. Tasty too if it comes to it. Milo is 120 shills. I can't afford him because I've got a discount. The heck is that thing? This is a juvenile shroog. Fully grown, these things are terrors of the Rolok, apex predators in a land of apex predators. But they start out like this little cutie. I cannot afford him. He's too expensive. So I could buy Milo, or I could get an upgrade to get 10 extra health. I think probably the 10 extra health is going to be a bit more useful. A follower of Hesh is meditating here. And what are you peddling, Heshite? Do you seek enlightenment, child? Hesh distributes it freely, for a price. So we can buy negotiation cards from him, or remove negotiation cards. And then this is combat cards. Knew I'd see you again. Nothing quite as thrilling as the taste of your own blood in your mouth. I can think of a few things. You say that, but here you are. So we can buy battle cards from her or remove cards, but I think she's charging me 50% extra because she didn't like me. So we can look at the prices. Everything's a little bit higher. So battle cards from her, negotiation cards from him, grafts, pets. Alright, I think I'm going to buy Robustify. Robustify installed. So now it's up here. You can kind of see 10 extra max health. Good choice. You won't regret it. And we can also pay to add more slots, but we do take health damage from that. So right now we've got 3 battle slots, 3 negotiation slots. Killing bosses usually gets you a graft. Alright, we have the metal vendor. We've got just heading on back. Return to see if she's found any leads for you. Your gut tells you something will be amiss even before you reach the front door. You wait just within earshot. Just tell me where the hunter is, Fish, and we can both go back to our lives. That's the thing, Cash. Your life has a price now. Sooner or later, someone's going to claim it. Cascio raises her hand as if to strike, but you peel out of the shadow with your dagger glinting. You want to watch where the fist comes down, Cascio. You aim it reckless like that, someone might cut it off. There you are. I thought that might draw you out. That's the reason I sold you off, you know, rather than training you like I said I would. I know you'd only grow up soft. But her demeanor has changed. She makes for the door real quick, tossing an order to her goon. Bash her head in. I promise her head is as soft as the rest of her. Go down quiet, Hunter. I promise it'll just be like going to sleep. So, I can just fight, or I can try to convince a long way to help me. He has extra resolve because he's afraid of Cascio, but it's relatively even. A long way, you're the bouncer. I'm hired to keep ruffians out. Cassio's a class of her own. Want to be served at my bar? Better listen up. Alright, so she gave me some influence. Can I protect the influence? Yes. Yeah, let's get some extra actions. Then I can do every little thing I want. Good hit. He's one of these. So everyone's a little different. Whenever a long way deals damage, they gain composure equal to resolve lost. If no resolve is lost, a long way takes damage. So in that case, I totally blocked it, so he actually took some damage from that. He's got crafty, which means as long as this is here, I can't see what else he's planning to do. So that I probably want to get rid of. Okay, so I'm going to hit my influence again. And I can't totally protect it. I can partially protect it. So it'll take a point of damage, it won't get destroyed, but he'll gain some composure from that. What do I want to do? Let's just do as much damage as possible. So there he gained the composure, then lost it because I made a good point. Alright. Now you're hitting me directly, nothing else crazy. Let's do some fast talking. And I'm going to take a bit of a shot. I could maybe get something that would let me block it. Or I could just work on taking him out quickly, and I'll do that. Get some doubt going. Okay, what is this? Target opponent argument each turn for 2 turns. If I can do enough damage, I can just take him out, though, and it looks like I should be able to. And you're done. Okay, draw 2 cards, gain 1 influence for each diplomacy card drawn, so you want to focus more on diplomacy deck. So these come with some experience already. Gain 2 influence, apply 3 composure to it. Duplicate target bounty or inception. I think I'd rather take that. Fast talk's leveled up. Alright, spend an influence, card costs 0. Or draw a card. Yeah, so let's do that. Increasing the minimum damage and then make it free if I have influence. 6, destroy. 1 to 3, draw a card. I'll take the draw card. Okay, and got the negotiations, so some health back. You gonna make me do your job for you? Nah, I guess not. Alright. A long way steps up to your side, ready to defend the Grog and Dog. Better late than never, you suppose. Alright, we're fighting Bulite, Spark Baron's turncoat. You've met Bulite's type before, and they've always ended up dead. Time to knock some heads. Alright, so I'm getting healed, and you're doing some damage to me. You're healing me. Excellent. Okay, let's get some combo. I should probably look at him. Okay. Shrok Skin, first time he takes damage each turn, they gain 2 defense. 3 defense at the end of every turn. And Bully's attacks apply Galvanized to a random card in your deck. Playing this card triggers will take Galvanized is removed when this card goes into your discard pile. And you're going to take 1 damage for every Galvanized card you've played this turn. So it's going to cause some of my cards to get Galvanized, which means they're then going to do damage to me when I play them. That's actually 2 robot heads on his hammer. That's kind of creepy. Okay. I think he's nicely healing me. I'm going to do some defense for him, and then I'm going to use my Enduring Scars. So I'll get a bit of a counterattack back on him. Okay. Can improvise an attack. do a bunch of extra damage. Let's do that. Let's go for the most damaging. So until I play it, it's going to be 6 to 9. So if I play it immediately, it'll go back to normal. If I don't play it, it'll still cycle through my deck as 6 to 9. I'm going to improvise a card. Let's impair, because he is doing some attacks. So now he's going to do a little bit less. Do I get the big shot in, or do I do some defense? Okay, so it's galvanized. That's what the little shock symbol there is. And you can see it written at the bottom of the card. Yeah, there's not much I can do. I get some defense, and then I take damage. So yeah, just hit him. Smack. Okay, he's doing something tricky. Just gonna go for attacks. Give myself some defense. So a bunch of extra defense there. Alright, we'll do that. Let's improvise a card. We fight dirty. How much damage are you doing? 5's not that bad. But we'll impair. And I'll go for stab. He's pretty armored up. Okay, more and more stuff getting galvanized. I think it would actually, I'd like it if it was a bit more clear that it was galvanized instead of, because you can look at it for a second there, there's no electricity, so it's sort of hard to tell. Let's improvise. Let's improvise that one. I'll take the free defense without getting hurt and stab. Okay. You are attacking me. I can give myself some counter. Quite a bit of counter, potentially. Well, 6. 6 max. Yeah, why not? So if I was doing this fight by myself, much harder. They're often going to split damage. If you're fighting by yourself, it's often the way you get killed. Especially if there's more than one enemy. Right. Let's fight dirty. You're not a robot, apparently, so let's bleed you. And if I do any more damage, I'm going to take damage, so I'm just going to hold off. I can take the 6, that's fine. We're near the end of the day, and then at the end of the day I can rest to get all my health back. I do love these animations. The way the characters look and everything's really cool, and then really nice animations in this game. This has kind of been my go-to if I want to play like a roguelite deck builder for quite a while. I just play Griftlands. It's great. A lot of really cool RPG elements as well, kind of built into it. Alright, what do I want to do? You're not doing anything, so you're probably defending yourself. My only attack is galvanized, which sucks. So I think I'll get the defense and then take the galvanized damage. 6. Should be 1 damage for every galvanized card you've played this turn. That's just 1. I don't know why it's 6. Give me more defense then. Thank you. I was thinking I could get a hit off, but I'm not sure. Let's see, so that's 12. Well, I can block it all. Alright. He's defending. I'll defend. I will also use my deceptive abilities. Stab. Yeah, there's not much point using this. I'll just get the good stab in. It's actually almost down to the point where he's going to give up. Almost. Okay. Just not doing enough damage. It's something I need to focus on probably with the combat deck from here on out, is doing things that will increase my damage. There are things that will burn your combo for extra attack damage and stuff. Still need to do more, and I'm just not getting enough. Let's fight dirty. I need some damage. Bleed might work. Definitely help. Not attacking me, but I'll throw some defenses up. 13 defense is a lot. You're doing 6, so I just have to do 7. Yeah, I can do that. Okay, so that's enough damage that he should give up. There we go. Alright, I don't have to kill him. I will accept a surrender. Or should I? If I kill him, I get gain 1 defense per card in your hand. That's actually pretty good. I don't know what negative thing I'll get for it, though. There's almost always a negative. I'm going to be nice in this run. For the rest of the turn, gain defense equals the amount of bleed you apply. So there's a lot of combination things that work with bleed, and same as combo. Add an injury card to your discard pile. Cannot be played with an injury in your hand. So overexertion, injure myself, just sort of a burned card. Any attack cards you improvise deal 3 bonus damage until played. So this is a maneuver, so once I play it, it's kind of in play. Any attack. So I do have a way to improvise. 2 is kind of expensive. I don't really like any of these. I guess I could go for the overexertion just for the damage. So if I need it, I have the extra damage, but I may not use it that often. Double your influence, gain 3 vulnerability. Nah, that's not great. I've got a buying time, which is nice. Duplicate, a bounty, or inception. I mean, this is rare, but I don't like having the vulnerability. If I was going to grab another one, I'd grab another buying time, potentially, but I think I'm just going to take the cash. All right, double strike. 7 one-off, 4 discarded card. Guess we'll go with that. So I guess we're going for more of a discard. It's kind of what I'm being forced into. 4 defense combo. 4 defense, remove a random debuff. Let's get the random debuff removed. And we pick a graft reward. Okay, gain an action at the start of your turn, so all negotiation. One installed, 2 random people will hate you. Not probably worth it. Gain 1 action at the start of your turn. Your core argument takes 2 damage at the end of your turn. That's every turn. Gain 1 action at the start of your turn. All diplomacy cards deal 50% less damage. I'm kind of more diplomacy, so honestly, all of these kind of suck. Almost always having people hate you turns out really, really bad. Taking 2 damage every turn is pretty crappy. You could probably try. I mean, you could adjust your deck a bit to kind of deal with it for an extra action. All diplomacy cards do half damage. That's pretty crappy because that's kind of the way I've been leaning. I'm tempted to just take the 100 shills. These all are not great. This one I could maybe work with. I don't want to, but I'm going to take this one. Jarkle Jangler's installed. Fish carefully navigates the mess of her bar, favoring her side. She doesn't look too badly injured, but she's not as young as she used to be. Well, that shucked a rotten oyster, but we've been through worse and we're both still standing. I can't believe she came for you like that. You. She doesn't care about anyone, does she? She's just a monster all the way down. What's done is done. The fire's only good if it stokes the engine, kid. I should have gone for Cascio as soon as I arrived. Now you're dragged into it too. None of that. You got a bit of grit in your eye. You'll wink it out once you get some sleep. They got a room set up for you in the back. With Cascio gone, the few patrons that remain return to their drinks, them that weren't spilled anyway. Okay, talk to everybody here. Nothing I can really do. I could share a drink with somebody to kind of build a relationship with someone. I think it shows, yeah, everybody's neutral. You're... Let's see. I know your patrons. I think before it used to tell me what their jobs were and stuff. You're a smuggler. You're a chemist. You're a wealthy merchant. So I could share a drink with her before I go to sleep. Would improve the relationship. She'll like me from being neutral. But it does take cash. I'm going to hold on to my cash. I can also get stuff from Fish. Fish didn't get to the top of her field by indulging her wounds. She barely flinches as she spit shines an old mug. Bet your blood's boiling, kid, but we survived the day. Cool your feet, get some rest, we'll come up with a plan in the morning. So she does have some cards, usually items. Extra XP for card, 2 power, 10 heal. This one's pretty good. It's a 1-use only, but having the heal in your deck is nice. I'm going to buy that. So I've got something I can heal with. Buy a drink, eat a fish cake. Sleeping either one of these off will be fine, but I'll be back to full health and resolve if I sleep anyway. Yeah, let's just rest in the back. Good night's rest can't hurt, unless I wake up dead, that is. Cascio won't come back on my watch. The back's barricaded and the front has me. Good night, kid. Fish leads you through a curtain behind the bar, nodding towards a cozy room at the back. Your bed calls to you. The sound outside reminds you of the bog, black when you had a future to hope for and plans to make. Alright, end of day 1. We'll get everything back. 1 more person loves me, 2 like, 1 disliked, 1 hated. Got 6 negotiation cards, 5 battle cards, 2 grafts. Yeah, making people hate you makes you susceptible to ambushes and really negative effects. You slept through the night with one hand gripping your knife under the pillow, but then you've slept that way every night since you were 12. Someone's left an envelope for you. It carries the Admiralty crest stamped in red wax. Scrawled on the front is a hasty thanks from Rito, and inside you find 75 shills. I kind of forgot about that. Extra cash every day. Look like you want revenge, and I know just the folks who can help you get it if you're ready. There's people in both the Spree and the Admiralty who want to see Cascio taken down. Dangerous friends, so pick wisely. So we can ask about all kinds of different stuff. I didn't think I could get angry like that anymore. You spend years in the derricks, you learn to tamp it down, you know. Casio has that effect on people, and you have more reason than most, except for all the other folks you sent to the derrick, maybe. They're not here, though. I am. It's early morning, but the Grog and Dogs patrons are already hard at work on their drinks. So I know you thought I should just hold off on that bounty, but after last night, if Cassia wants me to be her worst nightmare, I'd like to oblige. And how you gonna do that? She knows you're here, and she's got money and goons to keep her safe. What do you got? You? You're damn right. Lucky for you, I have a couple of contacts who want Casio dead almost as much as you do. If you can convince them to work with you. Will they need convincing? Afraid so. The Admiralty doesn't trust hunters as a rule, but talk to my contact and see if you can convince her otherwise. But taking out Casio would make a space so the spree will be more than happy to fill. I know somebody will talk to you, especially if you can bring Casio's head on a platter. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and end it there. That was the end of day 1, very beginning of day 2. We've got a few other random people in the bar, so I'll go ahead and save it at this point. We'll kind of see how it goes if I want to continue with this. My plan is I will go ahead and finish through Sal's campaign, if I can anyway, and then potentially do the others depending on if people like watching this. I have done the Brawl versions, so just kind of the fights back to back for Saul and Rook. But we'll kind of see if people want to watch more Griftlands. It did just come out in full, so it is no longer early access. It's a really good game. I really like it a lot. I like the animations. I like the character design. I like the world. It's pretty interesting. It's a rat running across the bar. But yeah, that's going to do it for today. Thanks very much for watching. Hopefully I'll see you all again next time. This has been Griftlands, and I've been Disturbing Puppet. Thanks a lot.